Hi there, welcome back to the English class, and we have a visual treat today. What is it? Unit 4, Reading B from the unit Film and Theatre. Remember, we spoke about Satyajit Ray sir and we also spoke about Savitri madam. Today, another amazing topic. What do you see here? Larger than life Maya Bazaar. This movie is such an amazing movie. They say the Telugu film industry can be divided into two eras, pre-Maya Bazaar and post-Maya Bazaar. That is how a landmark this movie is, a magnum opus. In those days, this was one of the most expensive movies ever made in India. And celebrating the golden jubilee of this movie, it has been remastered, redigitized and colored with an epic budget of 7.5 crores. Why all this? Why this chapter in your textbook? Because we all have to bask in its glory. We all have to feel the immensity in this movie. And so we have the lesson here, Maya Bazaar. Let's dive into it. If you see, this was the black and white movie which was remastered and made into color. K.V. Reddy sir, who's the director, his Maya Bazaar has been voted as the greatest Indian film in an online poll conducted by a television news channel, CNN-IBN, in 2013. The poll was conducted to find out India's greatest film till date on the occasion of 100 years of Indian cinema. And which movie did the people choose? Maya Bazaar was chosen over all other classics. The film is considered one of the enduring classics, that means everlasting, of Indian cinema, and was christened, it was named as a landmark achievement in Indian film cinematography, art direction and VFX. Let me mention Marcus Bartley here. He was the cameraman of this movie in 1957. Without any computers, without any software, the camera tricks he used in order to create magic on the screen, especially there is a song in this movie, Lahiri 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 Lo. That song was shot mid-afternoon under the hot sun, but thanks to Marcus Bartley, that song looks in the movie as a moonlit night, a romantic night where one pair after another come and sail and sing their love for each other. Have a look at this song and you will see for yourself. In that song, the tune, the lyrics, the setting, wonderful, wasn't it? The following, that means this lesson, is a review on the film which has celebrated its golden jubilee in 2007. So many people across the world have so many things to tell about this movie. Some say it is so apt for every age group. For a child, there is magic, there is comedy. For the youth, there is romance. For the elders, there are family relations, politics, and for every Indian, there is our very own mythology in it. Yeah? So such a beautiful movie. Let's see what review are we going to read about it today. 50 years ago, director K.V. Reddy Garu, or for that matter, producers Nagi Reddy Garu and Chakrapani Garu, would not have imagined what they were unleashing, what they were letting loose on the world when they decided to make Maya Bazaar, a bilingual, that means two languages, in Telugu and Tamil. They say more than 400 committed souls came together and breathed life into this larger-than-life movie called Maya Bazaar. The finished product hit the screen in 1957. It became a landmark movie in the Telugu film industry. It became a hit not only for the sterling performances of the star ensemble, that means not only the magnificent performance of the actors and actresses, but also it had right from Ranga Rao sir, Savitri madam, NTR, ANR, Gumadi. Now here I would like to say some things about a few aspects of this movie. Initially, this movie was going to be sold completely on the shoulders of S.V. Ranga Rao sir. I mean, he was so famous at that point of the movie, at that point of time, that they almost named this movie based on Ghatotkacha's name. That means the role played by S.V. Ranga Rao sir. But then later on, they changed it and named it Maya Bazaar. As to Savitri, initially, she plays a shy and in-love girl in the movie, but when Ghatotkacha takes her form and becomes the Maya Shashirekha, you must see the totally, completely metamorphosized Savitri's acting over there. Hold on, I'm going to show you quite a bit of scenes today. And then NTR sir. Initially, when he was offered the role of Krishna in this movie, he was very skeptical. He said, no, I don't think I look good in that role. But then K.V. Reddy sir and the makeup artist made sure that NTR sir fell in love with his Krishna role so much that he went ahead to act as Krishna in 18 more films after Maya Bazaar. And Nageshwar Rao sir, the charming, sprightly young boy Abhimanyu, who is in love with Shashirekha but cannot marry her. What a performance he gave. And the amazing Gumadi. He and his poise, his suave acting, no words to describe that. So not only these actors, but K.V. Reddy sir was in full control over every frame of it. Multi-starrer movie in the true sense. And how is that? This movie brought together so many greats of the Telugu film industry, and yet every role, every character had its own moment of glory in the movie. This movie did not belong to one person. It belonged to every actor, every actress, every technician, everybody that was involved in making it. That's the best part. The beautiful NTR sir. There is little else one could expect when all the greats like Marcus Bartley, as I spoke to you a little while before, Ghantasala. Half of this movie's music was composed by Rajeshwar Rao sir, but halfway down the movie's project, somehow he left the movie shooting, and so the rest of the music was composed by Ghantasala sir. And then we have Vasant Kumari, Leela, Susila, singers, Madhava Peddi, playback, Gokhale, art, Pasumarthi, choreography, and Pitambaram, the makeup artist who made NTR fall in love with his Krishna avatar. They all got together to weave magic around an episode from Mahabharata's Shashirekha Parinayam. This movie is so special in one aspect. K.V. Reddy sir, he spun a lovely, entertaining skit around a tiny aspect borrowed from Mahabharata and adapted from the book Shashirekha Parinayam. Here, though he has created a fantasy, he has never forgotten to relate to the mythological roots of Mahabharata. So throughout this movie, you will see references to the Pandavas, references to the war between the Kauravas and Pandavas. The actual aspects of Mahabharata will be seen once in a while, but this is a very happy-go-lucky little story that he has presented to us in such a gigantic, amazing form. Here, before I go forward, I would like you to watch a scene from Maya Bazaar where Lord Krishna is seated in the front row and he is watching a drama being enacted on the stage where they are acting or they're singing in praise of Lord Krishna. And as he's watching that drama on the stage, he suddenly hears the call of Draupadi, a call of misery for help, a sister asking her brother to save her from her misery. You must observe the change in expressions in NTR sir. There's no need of any dialogues here. He just loses himself. He goes away from where he is, transports himself for his sister and saves her from her misery. Watch this scene. It's awesome. Volumes just with an expression on their face. So that was about the scene. Let's see what's ahead. However, the greatness of Maya Bazaar, about which much is said and written, is not just because of these facets alone. There are many things to it. It is a tribute to the Telugu culture, language, and customs of the land. The film was watched repeatedly soon after its release because people identified every character of the film with someone they knew in their immediate vicinity, and the audience still do the same now. I mean, can you imagine you are the 6th generation who's going to view this movie and you will still relate to it? These characters are not alien. They are there. They have been there. And even today, you will see them somewhere in your life. Now, speaking of A&R sir, let's have a look at few of his beautiful performances in this movie. There's a song, Chupulu Kalasina Subhavela. And then there's another song, so we're going to play 2 for you here, 2 snippets, where he's separated from his lover and he sees Shashi Rekha's reflection in the moon, and she's calling out to him that wherever I live, no matter in what misery I live for you. So watch these 2 snippets and then come back to me. What a strapping young lad A&R sir, wasn't he? Now, don't get distracted by this beautiful face here. The dialogues written by Pingali Nagendra Rao, as well as the lyrics, were the same that the people were hearing or using in their conversations every day. Believe me, till today, the language, the words that were coined in this movie have been used in so many movies, have been used as titles to so many movies, Telugu movies. You can imagine the effect they have on people's minds even today. If not, those became a part of Telugu life thereafter. Shashi Rekha, no, Ghatotkacha's Manadi Sodara Prema. Now here, I'm going to show you this scene where Ghatotkacha goes in the form of Shashi Rekha to tease Abhimanyu, saying, I'm getting married to someone else. From now on, we are siblings. We love each other like siblings. And she teases him, leaving Abhimanyu shocked to the core. Watch this scene and come back. With 3 there? Well, the naughty Ghatotkacha inside her. Next, Suryakantam, Ghatotkacha's mother. They, being tribals from the forest, they have a completely different set of language. And so, when she greeted Abhimanyu's mother by saying, Alam alam chelli, so what happened? The public began using that word in a way to greet each other, like, hello, how are you? People started saying, Anta alam alame kada. I mean, that's so sweet. As for the songs, now, the epic song of this movie, Ahna Pelli Anta. This is a song, it is so lively, it is so bubbly. This is a song that is picturized on Savitri, the Maya Shashi Rekha. And you have to see how in intervals she forgets that she's a girl and Ghatotkacha comes out of her, but then again captures himself and controls his behavior. And just before this song, there's another scene I would like to show you. Shashi Rekha wakes up in the morning forgetting that she is Ghatotkacha reincarnated, and all the ladies around are wondering what's happened to our madam today. Why is she behaving like a man? And how he brings himself back to his own poise is another scene you must watch. So here, coming up next, you're going to watch this scene and then you're going to watch this song, Ahna Pelli Anta. I want you to see the whole song in order to capture the magic of it. Yeah? Let's watch. It amazing, right? Now here another treat for you. Vivaha Bhojanambu. This song, I'm sure I wouldn't find one of you all who haven't heard about this song. Here, Ghatotkacha sniffs yummy food cooking somewhere, and he goes into that room and he decides to devour all of them. So what he does, he comes into his real form because he was walking around as Shashirekha. He sits there and he sees there's too much food. I have to grow in size. And so he grows, doubles in size. And the camera tricks of Marcus Bartley here, the way he eats all the laddus, all the sweets, all the food, how the Ghatotkacha is supposed to have magic in him. Just with a wave of a hand, he can make things happen. So those were automatically traveling and coming to him and automatically going into his mouth. And the genius of direction here, at the end of the song, Ghatotkacha forgets that he has grown in size and he tries to pick up his mace, the one he holds in his hand. And when he realizes that compared to him, it's very tiny in size right now, he lets out a huge roar of a laugh. There comes the genius of direction. So this song, though borrowed from the West, we can forgive them for that because it has left a spell on our minds ever since. So let's watch this song, Vivaha Bhojanambu. Did you enjoy it? So welcome Ghatotkacha, and we will dedicate this slide to him and his funny minions. An entire repertoire, that means a new set of words, was added to the Telugu dictionary by this film. Take for example, Talpam, used for denoting a cot or a bed, were Telugus using Gilpam as an antonym of it until this movie's advent. So when this movie arrived, several phrases came up. Talpam, Gilpam. What else? Let's see. Nor did anyone tell so emphatically until Ghatotkacha that Evvaru puttinchukunte maatalella pudtayi. Hence, if friends are called Asamadiyulu, he asks his minion, what do you call our enemies? And the minion very smartly replies, Tasmadiyulu. So all these are a huge dedication to this character and his funny minions. Will anyone ever forget the expression, Veyandira Vidiko Viratadu? He is honoring his minion for having coined such a wonderful word called Tasamadiyulu. No exception to Hi Hi Sodara and Hi Hi Nayaka. That is how they cheer for Ghatotkacha. So here I would like to show you some scenes where Ghatotkacha's character enters into the movie for the first time, the grand entry he is given, and then how he chit-chats with his minions and his followers, and he tells them that we have a job to do now. We have to unite Abhimanyu and Shashirekha. So watch these tiny 2-3 videos and come back to me. It's so much fun to have such minions, isn't it? Next. The story itself is woven around the love of Shashirekha, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is the son of Arjuna, and Shashirekha is the daughter of Balarama. Balarama, having difference of opinion over it with Krishna, their wives too take sides, as is inevitable in any family. So Balarama and his wife think differently, Lord Krishna and his wife think differently. To introduce the theme, the director uses a magic box. Over here, I would like to tell you the kind of futuristic devices that were introduced in this movie almost a decade ago. Many people say that Star Trek is a movie that has introduced futuristic devices, but here we have this device right there that reads the feelings of a person's heart, the true inner feelings. The moment a person looks into the screen, what's in their mind comes onto the screen. And later on, in the later part of the movie, they bring a stool on which if you stand, you will speak nothing but the truth. Now in today's world, don't we have lie detectors? Don't we have Skype? What say, huh? We are the ones who first brought it out. So here, the equivalent of a TV screen which displays whatever is dear to the viewer's heart. So all of them peep into it and each sees a different image in that screen. Shashireka, what does she see? Naturally, she sees Abhimanyu, the love of her life. And Balarama gets to see his Shishya, Duryodhana. Remember, a good student always lives in the teacher's heart. His wife, Balarama's wife, look at her. She laps up the sight of an array of jewelry. She's someone who longs for luxuries and pleasures. So what did she see? She sees jewels, jewelry. And the audience laughed heartily because they knew that someone back home was equally attached to the riches. When Balarama curtly tells his sister, Subhadra, agadalu aghaityalu naku panikirau, when he confronted his sister's indignation, what happens here is Balarama's sister tells him, you promised me that my son would marry your daughter, but today you are marrying her off to a rich man. This is not right on your part. But Balarama has no apologies. He doesn't support his sister. Women folk among the viewers sighed, recalling their own tribulations, their own sufferings in the hands of their brothers. Let's watch this small scene here between a sister and a brother. So you brothers and sisters, always remember, keep up to your promises, yeah? So frame after frame impacts viewers with similarities, real-life incidents. The greatness of the director lies here. He successfully reduces all the characters to ordinary mortals. That means regular living things, displaying all the follies of human beings. We all have vices, right? That's what has been shown in this movie, except Ghatotkacha or Krishna. Here, I would like to talk to you about a scene where there's a face-off between Ghatotkacha and Abhimanyu. Both of them don't know that they are siblings. Ghatotkacha is Bhima's son and Abhimanyu is Arjuna's son. But they come face to face and they are on the verge of fighting. But here, Abhimanyu is all filled with young blood ready to defeat this tribal demon. But Ghatotkacha, somewhere, he has a soft heart feeling for this boy and he doesn't understand why. So watch this scene and we'll continue this. What a wonderful scene. Have you seen Abhimanyu's mother, the poise with which she sang that song there? The courage of a woman she's shown. Now here, and then the director, what does he do? He injects into the Yadava household a Telugu atmosphere, full with its simile, imagery, adage, sarcasm and wit. What does this mean? Every dialogue of this movie has become a proverb, the intensity of its applicability in society even today. The result? Before I talk about that, how can we forget Relangi in this movie? He has played the role of Lakshmana Kumara and he is the one who wants to marry Shashireka and snatch her away from Abhimanyu. How he's tortured and tormented by the Maya Shashireka to such an extent that he loses his mind on the stage of the marriage and he literally collapses. You have to watch this last finale scene where it is the ultimatum of this movie. So the result, what came up with Maya Bazaar? A feast for the eyes and the soul. This is Maya Bazaar for you. Mind you, this is a story of Pandavas and Kauravas with the Yadavas pitching in, but one never sees the Pandavas throughout the movie. We only hear references of them. If any NRI asks you to suggest ways to teach Telugu culture, just ask him or her to introduce themselves to Maya Bazaar first. Further, if they seek to know more about their uncles, aunts and cousins back home, bring in their names. Look this is your Balarama. What he's trying to say here is, every character in this movie is present in every Telugu family throughout the world. Even if you're an NRI, you will definitely, immediately associate with the movie. There are so many foreigners who are ardent fans of this movie. Now I'm sure all of you are too, aren't you, after listening to this lesson? So any better way of doing it? Then onwards, it's all lahiri, lahiri, lahiri lo. This